heard about it through my therapist back home. My depression was at an all-time high, and my therapist, noticed that she recommended that I go into treatment to help me get coping skills, so I can handle situations better than when I was handling them at the time. At the time, nothing really attracted me, but I just need to find help, to deal with what I was dealing with at the time.
Sure.
And I was really terrified at first, but then my therapist actually did talk to me and tell me, it's a really good facility, they're going to help you out there. And it kind of convinced me to contact them and get the help that I needed. Being the first time that I come into a treatment center, I really don't have anything to compare it with, but all I know is that, the staff has been really nice. You can tell that they care a lot. Your therapist, from your caseworkers, everyone is always, welcomes you with open arms, and they make sure you have everything you need, that you're okay constantly with your checkups, with your therapy sessions. They're always checking up on you to make sure that your needs are being met as a person. They don't just treat you as somebody that comes in, he needs to get out for this, and kind of push you aside, but they actually care about you, and they do. That's what I like about it here. I can say my first impression was at first, because I was so terrified of being here. I was like, oh my God, I don't want to be here. I was scared. But then talking to the techs when I first came in, they really helped me settle in, really calmed me down, told me, everything's going to be okay, everyone's rooting for you. That kind of helped me out, to calm down at first when I got here. My expectations of the program were that I would get my self-esteem would go back up to where it was before, that at least I can cope with everyday situations, and my depression wouldn't be as much anymore. My stress levels I would be able to handle stress better. In all honesty, I learned all the techniques that they showed me on how to cope with everyday situations, how to not do negative self-talk, how to be assertive. Everything has helped me, because now I find myself communicating with people more, as opposed to when I first got here, that I was terrified for the first week, and I was really just isolating myself and locking myself in my room all the time. So over time, I started to open up more, and honestly, this is like the happiest I've been since years. They're really nice. You have your bed, you have your bathroom, you have your refrigerator. They're well maintained. We maintain them, but they're well maintained. My therapist is Camille, and my experience with her was great. She actually told me at first, when she did my first interview, that she didn't know what to do because of where I was coming from. So she kind of molded the treatment plan to fit my needs. And so I really liked it. I really opened up to her too, because, everything she did was to meet my needs, and everything was specifically based to me. As far as the staff, the staff is always walking around. I was surprised at how nice they are. I always thought that, they're going to be, these people are probably going to be mean or whatever, but they'll sit down and talk to you. If you have a problem, they'll talk you through it. It's like you almost become really good friends with the staff also, because also they don't see you, he's just a patient, just a client here, He's somebody, he's going through this, and they understand what you're going through, because some of them have probably been in your position at one point or another. So they know what you're going through, and for them to be there 24/7 the way they are, if you can't sleep or you have an issue in the middle of the night, you can go talk to one of them, and they'll sit down with you, and they'll Even if you have to be there, and, in the middle of the night sitting down by yourself, one will always be there right beside you, making sure that you're okay. I like group therapy because it's a little bit more interactive. I mean, with the rest of the people that are there, it's a good way to see what other people are going through also, because it doesn't make you feel like you're alone. Other people might be here for addiction, me, myself, I was here for depression. But in a way, you have that one thing in common, because even though they have that addiction problem and you hear their stories and you think about your issues, and everybody has an underlying issue that led them to an addiction or led to depression, things of that nature. So I mean, you connect, and with the friendships that you build with these people, I mean, everybody's always watching out for each other. My favorite group would have to be cognitive behavioral therapy. I like it because they try to make you think outside of the box, in ways that you never thought you could, instead of just thinking one way that most of your life you probably were thinking, they try to help you out. Okay, what if you look at it from this perspective? What do you look at it from this perspective? So it's very interesting. It was to the point where every week, Ray's gonna have a CBT session today, and I'm like, okay, cool. I've been ready with my notebook, trying to take notes, and now you take a lot of the information that they give me, that Ray has given me, and put it into play, in my everyday life since I started that therapy, since I started that session. You get up and you have breakfast, and then after that you have your morning meetings with your group, and then you go through your treatment with your sessions. Then you go to lunch, and then after lunch you go to your process group, which is with your therapist and whoever else she's working with. And after that, I mean, it's just another therapy, another session. But I mean, like I say, they're all interesting. I mean, it's just a typical day in treatment, and then after that, I mean, after your sessions, I mean, you have your free time to do what you want. You can sit around and talk to other people, or, you can read books, or then you eat dinner, and then you go to outside meetings. In other words, there's always something for you to do, like on the weekends you can, sometimes they'll take you to the beach, sometimes you can, watch movies, things of that nature. What I like about is just how comfortable you are here, because you never feel that pressure that you don't feel like you're in treatment anymore. It's like, because I've spoken to other people that are in treatment, and they're like, lions in a cage, you just want to get out. But here with Sovereign, you don't have that feeling. You have, you're comfortable. Honestly, I feel like I can, have the freedom to do, what I want. I can go, if I want to go here, I can go there, things of that nature. Especially when you start going through the phases, and they start letting you go out on your own to go to the store if you want to, things of that nature. It's not where they just keep you in one place, at one time. But that's what I like the most. The staff, the therapist, I mean, that would be my first one. The other one, just the way you get treated here, you get treated like a person, not just a patient or a client. When I leave here, what I'm going to remember the most would be the friendships the bondings that I've made here with other people. I mean, we've gotten so close as a family that we learn to take care of each other. I would tell them, it's not too late. I mean, if they tried other places and it wasn't their cup of tea, try Sovereign out, try the program here, because from what I heard, it's not the typical type of program that they have anywhere else. It's working, from what I see, it's working for a lot of people. I mean, there's people here that come into the program, and you can see that change within that 45-day period that you're usually here. You can see them from the first day where they don't know where they're at until the last day. You just see them grow, and for me, that's like very fulfilling for me to watch that person. You know, like a friend of mine that just left, to see them going from a very dark place to see them grow into a very happy person, and see them smile, and see them, just walking around, just being grateful for everything that's going on. And that's what I like about the program, that it does help you. I mean, if they put their mind to it and they want to work the program the way that it's meant to be done, they will find their happiness. They will find their place in this world.